Join us as we fight a fender pump and loose, we meet a tractor that isn't quite lined up, and we put the boat in the water, then take it out, and then put it back in, then take it out again. I'm Anne-Lill and this is Dean, and between us we got one dream, one Bali 4.6 called Queen Lizzy 2, and 2 leaks we didn't know about yet. We are Australian, we probably should have known better, and we are starting the season anyway. Come along for all of it, the harbours, the headlands and the long blue days. The famous last words. Of course the hose had to break, and what do one do in such a case? Call for Dean, the internal fixer. So we had to cut, glue, tape and whatnots to that hose to get it working again, because we couldn't find the manual pumps of course, but we managed to do it in the end. So the kitchen is a right mess, not a coffee machine, of course, because we are fitting a new cooktop. So it is induction on one side and gas on the other side. So much better than having to use the loose cooktop or the 4 gas burner we had. Okay, it's splash time. But I'm trying to get the tractor in. This is gonna be a little bit scary. So the cradle is positioned. Now they just have to lift her up so they can get the last bit of anti-fouling done. Okay, it's splash time. But I'm trying to get the tractor in. This is gonna be a little bit scary. And then she will slowly, ever so slowly, be taken down to where we're going to drop her into the water. Doesn't matter how many times you've done it, it's still nerve-wracking. Now getting ready to hoist her up a little bit. Then we got a little bit of anti-fouling to do underneath the keels before we slowly drive. Tractor's here, trailer's in position. This is it, haul out day. We celebrated early. The hydraulic arms didn't quite line up underneath the hull, and a little gel coat damage meant repair, polish, buffing before she could touch water again. Then back to the water. And here we go again. Apparently they were a little bit too widely placed, hence why they put a little bit of buffer. But now they have meshed up and they will try again. And hopefully she will be off the ground soon. The trailer has lifted her up. She's now off the ground, and now we have to do bottom paint on the keels. So there's still a little bit of work to do, and the guys get going on it straight away. And there she goes, hoisted, dangling, dignity fully intact. Queen Lizzy is leaving the yard the same way she arrived, escorted by a tractor and a lot of nervous hoping. Now the real test, squeezing 46 feet of catamaran through a gate built for something with considerably fewer feet. One wrong inch and this becomes a very different kind of video. She treads it, barely breathing. We roll down on the dock, straight, steady and for once right on track. Now the grand finale. Stern first, tractor in reverse, easing her back down the slip, closer to the water with every foot. Careful, deliberate, and Queen Lizzy, she's almost home. And there she sits, perched at the top of the slip, trailer holding her steady, waiting for her moment. Word travels fast around the boatyard. Dean is here, of course. So is Frederic, keeping a watchful eye on his marina. And then Rob wanders over from the Leucate cruise, tools still in hand, taking a break from his own boat job just to see this through. Launch day always draws a crowd. Everyone's got an opinion, a joke, a steady hand ready if needed. And Queen Lizzy sits patiently through it all, unbothered by the audience. She's done this before, she knows exactly what's coming.
She's in the water.
So we just wanted to find a coffee shop. Yeah, we didn't realise there was a whole market and lots of small shops with homemade produce and oh, look at. We are in Perpignan. It's shopping day. We're going to the markets in Perpignan to do a lot of shopping, like meats and fish and all sorts of goodies to fill the freezer with. You probably can't see or hear it, but it has been a very cold and windy day in Leucate. I almost said La Rochelle there, because this weather resembles very much what we had in La Rochelle. So it's a typical day for indoor jobs. And as you can see, my kitchen is, or galley is halfway disassembled because we are trying to change water filters. So Dean, can you show me the old water filters that was on this thing?
Yes. So Bali has their own almost custom-made water filter, which is almost impossible to get to change. And the cartridges, these things, are like €400 or €500 each. And it takes at least an hour to pull the whole thing apart. Literally, you've got it completely disconnected, take it out of underneath the cupboard, unscrew it, which takes a lot of effort, and then put this new one in, which is ridiculous. Everyone complains about it. I don't know why Bali used them. So what we do is we just get a normal household one from a hardware store. We bought this in Australia, but you can buy them in Leucate Marina or whatever hardware store. And they're just a normal household one. But the good thing is, to replace the thing, you just go like that. Put a new thing in once every year. Job done. So you don't have to disassemble anything. So what would take an hour each time takes 5 minutes. So
pretty perfect. So as you can see, he's ripped out the old one and he's now ready to start putting in the new one.
What we've also done is the Bali's, I'm not sure if it's standard or if it's an option, but they come with a saltwater tap here. The theory being you can rinse off your dishes without using fresh water. The trouble is salt water in a sink is generally not a good thing because you just get rust everywhere. Plus the salt water starts rusting inside the nozzle here, so by the time you come back to next year it's all rusted up and then you've got to get a whole new nozzle, so it's a waste of time. So we have removed the salt water tap because we have a water maker, so we have enough water. We can always make more if we need it. And instead we've replaced it with a dishwasher dispenser from Liveaboard for like 10 euro.
18 euros
18
it cost.
euros. And so that takes up that hole. So that was the big job, was just disconnecting the old tap and bibbing it off so water doesn't go everywhere. So now finish installing this new tap. So I've already marked where the holes are going to go. I'm just going to pre-drill. Makes it easier to get the two screws in. Like all jobs on boats, it involves inserting your body into places they weren't meant to go.
We call it pretzel yoga on boats.
It's my version of Pilates.
Hose down the deck, wash the salt away. Another glamorous cruising day. Somebody said this life was a holiday. Nobody mentioned the elbow grease you pay. It's for yoga, baby. Fold yourself in two. Squeeze into a locker built for someone half of you. Polish up the stainless till it's shining like the sun. On the good ship Queen Lizzy, the work is never done. Oh, the work is never done. Chamois on the rail, wax on the beam, scrubbing every corner that you've never even seen. Head first in the bill.
The last thing I've got to do is now just cut this to the right length and connect that end to there and connect that end to there, and we have filtered water again, which is very handy, although it's probably not a huge benefit in our case because we have the water maker, and the water maker pretty much makes pure water anyway, but it's just another layer of filtering. We also have the filtered water on the fridge, so we've got two options there. So that's it. So now I'll just have to finish hooking it up and we are done.
Filters are installed. Water everywhere, of course. Tap is running. Last piece is to be done is just drying off, getting the cover back in place, and Dean to unpretzel himself. An absolutely beautiful day, sunshine and a bit more wind than we ordered. Frederic has come aboard to help us get the jib back up.
This one pass all the winter outside. It is
Steep. We're pulling the lines for the furler and Coke Zero now. And up it goes. It's windy, so the sails has thoughts about it. Frederic's on the flybridge keeping it in place, and Dean is up front making sure it all behaves as it should. Then it has to come down again because the halyard went on the wrong way. 50-50 chance, and we got it wrong. Out, back in, and all good. Mainsail next, just the two of us this time. When we took it down before winter, we found nearly every batten in it was broken. So we got new ones, and they have to go into their slots as the sail goes up the mast, which means Dean is up on the flybridge by the boom, threading a needle he can barely reach, and I'm down below feeding in the battens because they're too long for one person to hold. And apparently holding them wrong. It goes in eventually, most of it on the first try.
So we are cleaning the boat. We're giving it a really good clean for the beginning of the season. And we're using a product that we put on, or had put on last year, called Perpignan, which is this stuff. And we didn't need to actually polish it with the machine because the boat is fairly clean and unmarked. But we had this put on straight out of the factory so that the gel coat didn't get all chalky. So it's a combination of stuff that you put on. So we start off with this Hector stuff, which washes all the dirt off, and you just use a soft brush like I've got here, the yellow grade of brush, soft brush, because you don't want to scratch the gel coat. And then there's stuff called Omega, which prepares the material for the final coat, which is I've got up here, but it's called Super Shine. It's another Perpignan product, and that gets sprayed on and then buffed on, and that spray attaches itself electromagnetically, or whatever the word is, to the actual gel coat and gives it a waterproof cover. So you can apply that on the gel coat. We're putting it on the solar frames because it just allows the water to wash off. You can put it on the windows. I haven't done these yet, but you can put it on the windows and the water just beads off it. So the boat stays cleaner. So we did that last year and it worked really well. During the year then, to wash it, all you do is you put a little bit of Perpignan, the final polish solution, into a bucket and you broom it on, and that washes off the dirt but also just applies another slight, very thin film. So I've already done the first coat. I've done the Hector. So now I'm using the Omega, which is in my second bucket. And when I cleaned that, I also then just used a magic eraser, one of the white magic erasers, which is down there. And I found that just got any of the little marks off that didn't come off with the brush. They make life really easy. It just gets around little marks and blemishes. Any little dents that have been on them, not so much dents, but black marks from things hitting it. So I'm just going to put some Omega on. So for that, instructions say you just wet it down, which I just did.
And then when you have scrubbed it, what do you do?
Then you just hose it off.
Just hose it off and then you...
Then you spray on Perpignan.
So that's the clear shine you do then end up with. Yeah.
Apparently on super yachts, I mean this is a super yacht, on a super yacht hand polish boat of that size. So.
But even with all of that, there's a lot of stuff to hand clean on the boat. And my eternal nemesis, polishing steel, is back. And you know what? There's nothing better than to watch other people do the hard work when you don't have to. Enjoy! Polishing the stainless isn't always easy. So how do you get to the solar frame? We don't think about that when we put it on, do we? I think that's the problem for most boats. I'll walk around, go over the passerelle, so you can actually see what's happening. And here he is on the ladder, doing his best to reach as far as he can. And what we can't reach, we probably have to use the dinghy to get to. So there will be a few areas on the side which we just can't get to at all. But as long as he doesn't fall into the drink, because this water is dirty. I am keeping the door closed simply because he is washing out what's underneath the transom and it's so dirty. But that is the last thing to do of cleaning the boat for this time. And tomorrow, when we got all the cushions out, everything is done, we will give you a tour of the boat as it is. But we're a little bit over cleaning at the moment. And now I'm going to tackle this mountain of cushions. It's like a Jenga game. I already moved some of them out. The thing is, they're not all marked properly. And so I got them out here now. So I'm just going to continue and see what I can do. So on the boat there's lots of jobs that we need to do that's not very big. Like painting the step ladders on the swing ladder. Sorry, steps, not the step ladders, the steps. And then we got a few teak elements on the side of the boat. Easy doable, you just have time to do it. And then, most annoyingly of all, as Dean probably can attest to, so I'm just going to go downstairs to one of the guest cabins. And as you can see, the boat is still in a mess. And we've got these little things underneath the beds that's supposed to make the bed a lot easier to sleep on. Thing is, there's 200 of them and they haven't been attached. How are they, my darling?
No, so they just float around. So whenever you go to lift up the panel to put stuff underneath, all of these little things all fall everywhere, and it's very annoying. So
he is on his third bed now. He doesn't have a small screw or a screwdriver for the next decade.
They screw some of them in. They screw the corners in,
but
they don't do the rest of the middle. So as soon as you pick up the panel, they all fall off.
Yeah.
And you spend another half an hour reattaching them.
That's what he's been doing for the last 3 beds.
Harness on and up he goes. The deck gets smaller, so does the boat. Somewhere below I'm holding the line, pretending I'm calm and he's doing fine. Up he goes again, nothing to see. Just a man and some rope and a rigging that's free. No one's writing songs about this. Well, one of us just did. Up the mast and back down and back to being a kid. 2 more meters, 200 more turns. Checking the shrouds, checking the stays, looking for trouble in a dozen small ways. Nothing dramatic, nothing to prove, just make sure the thing that holds the mast up won't move. Give the wind vane a spin, still turning good. That's the whole job, that's understood. 30 seconds of effort, 1 line in the song. Some jobs up there just don't take that long. Up he goes again, nothing to see. Just a man and some rope and a rigging that's free. No one's writing songs about this. Well, one of us just did. Up the mast and back down and back to being a kid. Then one day a line just gave and the sail came down in a not so graceful way. So up he went and up again, and now there's new line where the old one had been. Nobody claps when he gets back down. No medal, no fuss, no trip to town. Just a nod and a yap, all good, and the kettle on like we knew he would. 2 more meters, 200 more turns. Oh, up he goes again, and down he comes too. Just a man and some rope and a job to get through. No one's writing songs about this. Well, one of us just did. Up the mast and back down, home to Queen Lizzy too.
So the sails are up, the boat looks like a boat again, and then they tell us we are coming back out. Nobody's sure what's causing the leaks in the bilge. In, and out. That'll do for today. Come along for all of it. The harbours, the headlands and the long blue days.
Well, that's a wrap, the sun's going down. Thanks for hanging out and sailing around. If you like the ride and you wanna see more, hit that subscribe on your way out the door.
Go on, tap it, you know you want to.
See you next time on Queen Lizzy.